guys, welcome back to my channel and another video here. Today I have kind of a different video for you. This is just, it's kind of like 5 videos in one, to be quite honest. I get a lot of questions in my comments about these topics that I'm covering in the video today, and they all kind of encompass how I maintain my collection or my nail room. And I thought I would just do a bunch of kind of shorter clips. Well, every section turned out to be like 10 minutes, so this video is like an hour. But these are all things that I didn't think I was going to be able to make an independent video on. I proved myself wrong. I had to edit a lot out, but I'm just going over in this video how I make my monthly nail polish rack, how I add new polishes to my spreadsheet, how I make my swatch sticks, how I refill my cuticle oils that I have hanging on the wall behind me, and also how I make my sticker magnets, because for some reason that one I get a lot of requests for a video on. So I'm not gonna make this intro too long because this video is already too long as it is. If there's only one part you are interested in, I will have timestamps down below. Feel free to use those. If you only want to know about sticker magnets, just skip right on over, and I hope you guys enjoy. So now let's get into making my monthly rack. I've had a few people ask me how I choose polishes for my monthly rack, and it kind of varies depending on the month, but it is a pretty similar process each time. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the monthly rack for September. It's August 31st as I'm filming this. And the first step that I do is I pick a theme for my rack, whether it be a color or a finish or a vibe. So for September last year, because September is my birthday month, I decided to only wear blue polishes because sapphire is my birthstone. And so that's what I'm gonna do. So once I've picked my theme, which again is blue, I then pull any polishes that just right off the top of my head I already know I want. So I have Wildflower Lacquer Stolen Flame. I wore this last year as my birthday polish, and I've just decided that it is in fact going to be my birthday polish until it runs out. So this will be the very first one that goes on the rack. So aside from that, I had a few that are new to me that I've never worn that I wanted to include on the rack as well. Great Lakes Lacquer The Last Shenanigans. I got this from Polish and Beauty Expo. I also have these 2 bluebirds that I got from Polish and Beauty Expo. So we have Send Me the Bill and Brunch at Tiffany's Dome. Now, I don't like to put a ton of the same brand on my monthly rack. I like to kind of switch it up. There's really no reason for it. I just like to keep it as diverse as I can. So I don't know which one I would rather. So I'm gonna put these in like the pending, and then if I pick another one that's too similar to one or the other, I will just keep the other bluebird. So this is the pending, not quite on the rack yet. Here's another PBE. This is Atomic Polish. It's called Chicago Blues, and it's like one of those kind of like in between blue and purple. I know I said I'm not only going to do sapphire blues, but it seems like I'm only picking dark blues right now. This is Cupcake Polish's Good Grief, and it is like kind of like a cornflower blue with iridescent flakies. And I figured this is a nice lighter color that will break up all the darker blues. Another lighter blue that I've chosen is Anchor and Heart Lacquer's Cloudgate or Bust. It is a really light blue with some shimmer running through it and then some matte light blue glitters. I grabbed both of these, but I think I'm only going to choose one because they're both kind of tealy blue jelly flakies. The only difference is obviously there's like a little bit of a difference in color tone, but the Crucible Designs has some glitter running through it, whereas the Swamp Gloss is just large flakes. I think I'm more drawn to the Swamp Gloss, so we're going to go with that one. Then I had this Cadillacquer that is a more recent acquisition. This is from Polish Pickup June, called me Mr. Fancy Dream by Cadillacquer. Alone, I thought it was blue, but looking at it against blue, now I feel like it might be purple. But it has iridescent flakes and yellow glitters. I think it's blue, but we're gonna put it in the maybe pile. Moonshine Manis Celebrity Jeopardy. This one just really stuck out to me. It's really fun. It is a blue. They're all blues, duh. It's got flakies in it and these like matte gray glitters. There's also this Coloristic Carol, and it's called Substitute Boss Eros, and it's just like a really deep blue hollow. And then I need to shake this up quite a bit, but this is like a robin's eggy type blue with colorful metallic flakies running through it. And then I just want some more lighter blues because I'm really drawn to darker blues. And what will happen inevitably is I will only pick dark blues, and then my entire rack will look almost exactly the same, and I will get bored 3 days into the month. So we've got this whole space and this whole space to fill. So my next step, once I've pulled all the like top of my head type stuff that like really stuck out to me, that's when I head over to the swatch sticks, or as my boyfriend calls them, the jailer's keys. So one thing I always really forget to incorporate is creams on my rack. And so that's really one that I want to kind of prioritize first, is get like a few creams. And actually, now that I'm looking at these blues, there is an Essie blue that I absolutely love to wear, and it is Butler Please. So I'm going to pull that for sure. So here's Butler Please. As you can see, I wasn't kidding. This one has a fill line. Let's see. I like this kind of blue. So we have Orly's Blue Iris, or we have Hollow Taco's Bep Blue. And they're pretty similar. It seems like this one is a little bit more blue leaning, and then Blue Iris is a little bit like more purpley. So why don't we go with the Hollow Taco this time around? So here's that. And this was from the limited edition Hollow Taco by Julian collection. So these are all my like darkest blues that are like almost black kind of blues. And I don't wear these. Why do I buy them? I don't wear them. So maybe I shouldn't even risk that. This is kind of where I start feeling the blues. I love especially this kind of tone where it looks like the blue screen of death. I've said that a few times on here. The blue screen of death blue. Let's see. I like one of these. So we have Orly, it's Brittany Beach, and we have Frank Evil Eye, and they look the exact same. I'm gonna go with, to be Frank's Evil Eye, because I like the bottles of those. Here's that one, and these have just these huge rubberized caps that kind of feel like a car tire. So from this ring, I'm seeing two that like just immediately draw my, actually three. So we have Starly Neptune, we have Orly's You're on Sapphire, maybe Color Club Cyber Slick. So this is Starly's Neptune Galaxy Edition, and this one's a magnetic, and it's just this really beautiful deep sapphire blue. This is Orly's You're on Sapphire, which I believe is from like a Birthstones collection, and again, really pretty deep sapphire blue. And then this is Color Club's Cyber Slick, and this is a multi-chrome. It was like one of those like limited edition ones, you can tell from the gold cap. Again, it's deep blue. It does shift purple, but like, I have so many deep blues on this rack right now. I need to chill out. These are leaning a little bit too icy or green for me, so I'm gonna pass. The only one that's really like screaming to me right now is this. It's BKL's The Mask. And you can see it's pretty shifty. It has some green kind of flash in there, but the base is blue. So let me go grab that. We'll take a look. So here is The Mask, and this is like a multi-chrome type of like shimmer, I guess, with a deep blue. And I know I have a lot of dark blues on here, but I really do want this one on there. Mooncat Sabertooth. Let's do that one. Here's Sabertooth. It is like this kind of grayish blue with this shocking blue shimmer in it, and it dries down matte. It is really pretty. I've been wanting to wear this one, so that's going on the rack. And yes, in fact, I do cheat with these longer ones, and I put them on their side so that I can fit more in the rack. Because if I do it like this, it takes up more space. So actually, this one can fit on my top row, I think. Here's where we start to get into flakies, which will be an issue for me. So I fanned this one out and immediately was like, this one, I have to grab this. That was the first one I put on the rack. That's Stolen Flame, and you can see why I picked it. Oh, you know, I haven't done this Live Love Polish yet. I haven't worn that one. That one's based off of Gary from SpongeBob. Let's pull that. Okay, so this is Live Love Polish. Meow. This was from their SpongeBob trio, and they are now Mooncat. So... And And this is Zombie Claws, Fireflies at Midnight. I got this at PBE last year. Yeah, I think I'm good on the hollows for now. So that means that I can just, instead of having to pick between, I'll just put them all on. And wouldn't you know it, we have room for one more polish. So let me take a quick, oh, you know what? This one. This is I Like Rusty Spoons, Sweet and Sour. It's a really deep, like kind of dusty, maybe it's green. Now that's blue. We'll call it blue. This is from the Sweet and Sour Salad Fingers trio. So there we go. So here is the entire rack. I will probably arrange this in some kind of amalgam of rainbow order from like darkest to lightest or something, because that's just how I am. But yeah, that is how I pick out my rack for each month. So typically the first thing I do after I buy some nail polish is I come to my nail polish collection spreadsheet and I put it in. I make sure all the details are in there because it just makes the process easier, because if I wait until I get it, I tend to fall behind, which I have fallen behind greatly, as you'll see with some of the polishes that I enter in. Before we entered them in though, let me give you a quick tour of my spreadsheet because it has changed a little bit since the last time you guys have probably seen it. First column is the brand, and I keep it sorted alphabetically. The second column is the collection, and if there's a yellow highlight on here, it means I need to double check or enter in the information. The third column is the polishes, and again, the yellow condition here is the same as in collection. Column 4, column D, is the polish color, and so I can sort or filter by any color that I have on the sheet here. I don't really go in depth. Like I know some people separate, like they have blue, green, and then they also have teal and things like that. I don't go that deep. I just keep it pretty basic. Roy G. Biv, silver, gray, gold, black, brown, and then I have a multi-category for some that just are like, it's got too many colors in it. The next column is finishes. So I have just a few finishes here. I keep all sorts of glitter under this. So like hollow glitter, chunky glitter, matte glitter, anything like that. It all goes under here. Flakies are any kind of big flaky or micro flaky. I don't differentiate. Cream includes like both the matte cream and regular cream, like that kind of thing. Multichrome is both duo and multichrome. I think they all just need to go in the same category, that kind of stuff. I don't break it down too much. In my notes column, I'll put if it's a backup, if it's gel, glow in the dark. I have some halal branded or like marketed polishes. If it's a magnetic, if it's a mini, you kind of get the drift here. Like any kind of special secondary characteristic that I would want to know. I have how many times the polish has been worn. If we shift over a little bit, this is just for me to remember if I have made a swatch stick or not. I started doing this just so I didn't fall behind. You can see I've got quite a few I need to make swatch sticks for. And then I just made it red because I wanted it to be urgent. And then I have the swatch picture. If it's just a regular white with a Y in it, it means I have the picture. If it's green with a Y, it means I took the picture this year. I just want to see how many swatch pictures I've been able to take this year. If it's yellow, it means it's a polish I received before this year that has no swatch picture. And if it's red, it means it's a polish that I have gotten since I started. Well, I guess we have some that are like from 2022, but like I started doing this last year where it's like, if I got it and hadn't swatched it yet, I marked it as red to kind of be like urgent. Column J is the buy price for these, like what I bought it at, so that I can just keep track of that. I don't know why. I don't want to know that, but I do keep track of it. Column K is when I received it, and column L is where I got it from. So I just keep track of that. It's not necessary for all of this information. I just like to have it. And then if you go even further to the right, I have the shades that I own. I have it broken down by color here. I have finishes owned broken down by finish, so you can see the percentage and the number. Any kind of miscellaneous info from the notes column. And then all the brands that I own, and it's very long. That's how that works. So what we do is I scroll all the way to the bottom, but I'm just going to add, I don't know, let's just add 20 more rows so that I can add some stuff. So the first collection that I have sitting in front of me is the Holo Taco 4th anniversary collection. So there were 5 polishes in that. So I just make sure I get 5 lines. And then this is the 4th anniversary. Ooh, can I spell? Retro collection. And then I will remove that yellow because it doesn't need to be. And I will make them all that. And then I enter the polish names. So we have Be Kind, Rewind. Oh my gosh. Nobody's even watching me and I feel like I can't type right now. This is embarrassing. Life in Plastic, High Def, Anti-Hero, and Box Office Bomb. So then I add the colors in. So Box Office Bomb is orange. I literally just come up and I copy and paste it because I'm lazy. Anti-Hero is purple. High Def is, I guess it's yellow. Sometimes I think it's green. Sometimes I think it's yellow. Life in Plastic is pink. Oops, that's the wrong one. And then Be Kind, Rewind is blue. And then, so I'm going to call these jellies because for me, that's like the primary characteristic. I know they have a hollow running through it, but I'm going to call them jellies. This is a formula, and I just drag it down. This formula hits against the worn all-time sheet over here. Everything I've ever worn since I started keeping track is on that sheet, and it bounces against that and counts it if it's on there however many times. I need to make swatch sticks for this, but I did take swatch pictures, so I will make that. Oops, wrong green. I know I took those for a video, so I will do that. Then I come over and I do the price. It was $70 for the entire set, so I just divide that by 5, and that is $14 a piece. And I don't remember when I bought this, and so what I'm gonna do is I will just check the Hello Taco website to check my order history, and it looks like I ordered them on July 22nd of 2023. So I will just put that in there. And then I got it from Hello Taco, and it is really that simple. So that's what I do for something that I've paid for. I do have stuff that is gifted as well. And so over here for the buy price, obviously these were gifts. I didn't pay for them. And then I just put the date received just like normal. And then I just enter gift here. And that's how I handle a gift. The last instance I have is if I get something in PR, I do put $0. When did I get these? That's a good question. Okay, I actually don't remember when I got these and I can't figure it out. It looks like I didn't write it down, but I posted the Orly Adam Lambert video on July 10th, and my turnaround, I feel like I got these on July 1st. I'm pretty sure. This doesn't have to be perfect. It's fine. I'll survive. And then I just put these as PR. You can see I have like lots of like different information here. I don't know. It's not like necessary, but I just like to keep track of it. So yeah, that's basically how that sheet works. It's pretty basic. I do keep copies of this in like a link to it in my description box. You can make a copy of it to your personal drive and use it however you want. Delete it, edit it. I don't care. I don't care what you do to it. I want you to make it work for you. I know a lot of people have reached out to me and said that they've used it and modified it in ways that work for them. You know, not everybody, like my friend Stacy, she uses it and she was like, I'm going to delete the swatch stick column. I don't need that. And I was like, yeah, no, I shouldn't need it, but my brain doesn't work well enough anymore to remember if I made a swatch stick or not. So take it and use it how you want. But yeah, that is how I add my polishes in. And then the next thing I do is I go and I make swatch sticks. Okay, so now what we're going to do is make some swatch sticks. And if you've been on my channel for any like length of time, you've probably heard me reference about 1,000 times my swatch sticks. And this is what they look like. My boyfriend calls these the jailer keys because they have like just huge amounts of these swatch sticks on there. This helps me in a number of ways. One, I like the way it looks on my wall. I keep these all hanging on my wall using command hooks. Two, it makes it easy to reference or decide what I want. Like, so for example, these are the topper ones. If I'm like, oh, what topper should I wear? I can easily come and just like hold them over my nail to decide what do I want to wear. I can use them to compare colors. I can use them for if a friend is like, I want to wear like this color. I can pull all the swatch rings from the wall and say, here, you can look through these instead of having to dig through all of my heavy drawers. The other thing that's helpful is my swatch sticks are sorted by color and then by finish within that color, whereas my drawers are sorted by brand and then by color within that brand. And so it's like, if you know you want a specific brand, you can very easily go to that drawer. But if you're like, I don't know what brand I want to wear, but I want to wear a green, I can just pull all my green swatch sticks and fan them out for you, and you can take your pick. So these help in a lot of different ways, and they're really, really easy to make. So here's what I use for my swatch sticks. And I will have all of this linked down below in the description. But the first thing I have is this Dymo label printer, and I specifically use this label tape, the black print on clear sticker tape. There's white sticker tape too. I don't think it looks as nice. Like, that's just my personal opinion. Because my swatch sticks are clear, and then you can see the sticker is clear, so it kind of looks like the brand and color is printed directly on the swatch stick. I like that. I just think it looks cleaner and more uniform. Now, the one downside to using the clear label tape is it's a little bit more expensive than the white label tape. That's a sacrifice that I'm personally willing to make for aesthetic. That's just me. You may not want to make that sacrifice, so it's fine. You can use whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not the label police here. But yeah, this is the label printer that I use. I really like it. I don't even just use it for this. I use it for a lot of stuff in my home. I like to label things. I'm uptight. So we have the label maker, the clear label tape, and then just swatch sticks, whatever you prefer. There are opaque ones. There are pointed ones. I like these with the kind of flat edge, because I know you can't tell right now because I'm trying to grow my nails back out, but this is my preferred nail shape on me. So it's very easy for me to kind of come in and hold one against my finger and go, okay, yeah, that's what I want to wear. So this is the preferred shape that I do. Once you have these items, which I buy these swatch sticks, maybe like packs of like 200. You know, I get a bunch at a time, and then I just keep them on hand. And then when I start to run out or run low, I just order more off of Amazon, and they're fairly inexpensive. I mean, they're just cheap, crappy plastic. And then depending on how you want to display them, I use 3-inch binder rings for the big ring. And then I believe these are 1-inch binder rings for the smaller ones. And then I put 10 to 15 on the smaller ones. And then I put, I think, max of 5 of the smaller ones on the bigger ones, just because otherwise it gets too heavy, and the command hooks that I use, the little command hooks that I use on my wall, they can't take the weight sometimes. So for this video, I'm just going to do one collection. I have the Sweet and Sour Lacquer Rock Candy collection here, and there are 7 polishes, including the kind of special bonus one I got at PBE, and I will just show you really quickly how I make them, the swatch sticks. And I like to go brand by brand, and I will show you why. So you just turn this guy on, we type out the brand name, and it's like, sometimes I shorten them, so it's like Sweet and Sour Lacquer, but I'm just gonna call it Sweet and Sour, just to save some space and some ink and some tape. My friend is smarter than me, and she puts the brand name, and then there's an enter key right here, and then she puts the polish name on the second line. I didn't start doing that from the beginning, and I don't want anything to be mismatched, so I don't do that, but I wish that I had. So take it from me. If you start it and you decide to use this label maker, it might help you save some space. So the first polish we have is Wild Strawberry, and I just print that, and then you just push this guy down, and wow, I totally messed up already. You could see, wow, giant font. You know what? I'm going to leave that in. So I use 10-point font. I forgot to make sure that it was there. So let's reprint that and then push that guy down. And there's one label. Here's why I like to do all of one brand at a time, because then I don't have to erase this every single time. And because typing out on this tiny keyboard is not like my fave when I have really long nails. So I just like to kind of cut time where I can. The next one we have is orange. Then we have banana. And I like to print out as many labels as I can in one go before I start doing the next step. I like to do things like, I don't know, like a factory. Like you do one whole step at a time and then you move on to the next one. Okay, there we go. I have all 7 labels. This will automatically turn off if you don't turn it off, but I'm in the habit of turning it off anyways. It runs on battery, I think you can like charge it too. I just use batteries because I guess I'm wasteful. So now I just peel all of these off, which is kind of the pain part. And then, I don't know if you can see, there's kind of like a notch right before the hole. And that's where I like to line up my end here so that they all start at a similar spot. And there you go, it's labeled. Anyways, there we go. So we have all of our swatch sticks and all of our polishes. So let me throw this trash away because I hate having trash. So then what I'll do is I will paint 2 coats on every swatch stick. I do this for every single color, no matter what. I know some people will do between 1 and 3 depending on the polish, and then they will denote it on the swatch stick how many, or like on some kind of spreadsheet. I strictly do 2 because 2 for me is like a baseline for nail polish. I think 2 coats is like the baseline for what a polish should be. And I even do this for my toppers on my swatch sticks. I put 2 just because I want to be able to get all the glitters on there if it's like a glitter topper. And then from there I can look at the polish on the stick and kind of judge whether I will need more or less polish when I'm applying it to the nail. But just as a general rule, I always do 2. I never deviate from that on my swatch sticks. That's just a personal choice. Another thing that some people do, which I find interesting, is instead of painting the top like I do, they'll paint the bottom, and then when you're looking through it, it's kind of like mimicking top coat, or they will just top coat their swatch sticks. I feel like it would cost me quite a lot of money to top coat the amount of swatch sticks I have. And I, again, like, I don't want to top coat my swatch sticks. I want to see it. Like, I feel like I'm a good judge of, like, you know, I've been painting my nails for years now. Very nearly a decade at this point, I guess, which, I mean, isn't nearly as long as some of you guys. But I feel like I have a good judge for, like, what something will look like once it's top coated. And, you know, some stuff dries down matte, and I don't want to forget that it dries down matte, so I like to keep it as it dried down naturally, you know? Maybe that's just me. So there's the first coat of all of them. I just leave these, like the brush in the bottle, because I'm only going to step away for a couple minutes, and then I will come back and I will paint the second coat, and then I leave them to dry for 24 hours. I put all the completed ones in this little jar here. It's a planter, so it has a hole at the bottom, so I have to be careful. But I put all the finished ones in here after about 24 hours of drying. And the reason I give them so much time is, like, if they like get stuck together, I just don't want to deal with that. So I give them about 24 hours, and then I stick them in here. And then once this is full, then I put them on my swatch rings. Okay, they've been sitting here for a few minutes now, so I'm going to go through and add the second coat. Now, these are a shearer formula, so they aren't going to be fully opaque on the swatch stick, but like things like creams and stuff like that definitely are. And then you can see here is a completed swatch stick, and if you flip it over, you've kind of got that like top coat look. So I like to do this on my nail mat because when I set them down, sometimes there are formulas that are a little bit runnier, and I may have gotten too much on the swatch stick. You can see right there, I got some on the mat here too. So it's nice to set them on a mat, like a silicone mat, over something like a paper towel, because if it runs off, you know, first of all, you don't want it on your table, because nail polish is hard to get off your table. But if you lay these on a paper towel and it runs off, now you're stuck to a paper towel and you have to rip it off, and you get like paper towel bits on it. So if you have a silicone mat, I recommend using this to swatch your swatch sticks on. I mean, I'm sure that's obvious, but I just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, that is how I put these on. We'll let these rest for 24 hours, and then I will come back with the next mode of business. So what we have here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 empty cuticle buddies. Now, if you don't know what these are the Shop NBM Cuticle Buddy. They are a roller ball, which they come pre-filled with oil when you buy them. I have since exhausted all of them. Do you need 9? No, you don't. But I wanted every color in rainbow order. This isn't every color that they have. You know, they have seasonal ones as well. But I kind of wanted, like, I know this isn't red, but, you know, Roy G. Biv. So, but it's pink. It's Poiji Biv, I guess, is what it is. Plus like these neutral colors. And then I can just, you know, I don't know, match every outfit. But I used up all the oil in all of these a long time ago. I've refilled a couple of them here and there, but I wanted to refill them all at the same time because what I do when I refill them is I kind of wash the whole thing out. I wash the outer piece and then I refill it with an oil of my choice. Now you can buy refills from Shop NBM. I haven't done that because I have a lot of oil already. I don't need any more until I've used that up. You know, I'm trying to use what I have, some, not nail polish, but everything else. I'm trying to use what I have of that. So I just refill these with oils that I own. Once I run out, I might just buy from Shop NBM because I really like their scents. They are really nice. Like this one, for example, it smells kind of like Lemony Flutter by Lush, if you've ever tried that lotion. This one was peppermint, which I hate peppermint. And also I touched my eyes with this and got peppermint in my eyes because I think it has peppermint essential oil. So the white one is unscented. I think the purple one was like lavender. You know, there's like a bunch of different scents and they have one my sister bought that it has little seashells in it. It's really cute instead of these crystals, which I don't know if you can really see. There's like crystals in there. There's really no point for them. They're just cute and they match the color of the like outer rubber piece, which by the way, why does it say oil with two O's like that? I don't understand that. But yeah, so here are the 9 cuticle buddies I'm going to refill. And then I have a selection of oils to refill with. So you're probably gonna want a napkin for this because they're oily. And then what I usually do is I remove the rubber piece and this I'm going to wash too, just because, I don't know, I'm trying to be hygienic, I guess. And then, you need to pop this rollerball piece off. So if you buy a Shop NBM Cuticle Buddy refill set, it comes with a special tool that you can use to not only pop it off, but also put it back on. It's not necessary in my opinion. It's a nice tool to have. I'm sure I don't own one. So I kind of had to figure out how to do this on my own. Usually I use a credit card because my credit card is made out of metal, but I don't want to like accidentally show my credit card number on screen and then have one of you guys like, I don't know, run up a balance. So we're going to use this instead because it's thin and flat. It's just like a cuticle pusher. And as you can see, there is like a lip in between right there. And if you can just wedge it under, and just be very careful with this so you're not like about to hurt yourself because I can see it very easily slipping because there is oil. But yeah, you just pop it right off. And then I will not only wash this out, I will wash the rollerball head, which has the crystal in there, which I forgot to mention, this crystal rollerball also matches the color of the crystals inside. And then I will dry everything off before refilling because I believe you don't want to mix like oil and water. I heard it molds, but I don't know. I don't know anything. So here they all are. They look like, I got like a little mad scientist crystal girly thing going on here. So I'm going to take these to my kitchen sink, clean them out and dry them, and then I will be back. I don't know. I don't want to set this all up around my kitchen sink to show you how I wash it. So basically what I do is I just use a straw cleaner, you know, like the metal straw cleaners. And I just use it to scrub the inside. And then I just let them air dry. So we'll be back when they're dry. Okay, so here we are several hours later. Everything's been, you know, washed and dried. And there's a little bit cloudy on the inside because of that like residue oil that just, it's hard to get it all out. But I don't know. I just like to make sure that they're clean enough that no scent is left in there. So that when I put the new oil, it doesn't like rub off. I don't know, like I don't want to be able to smell it. I had several people on Instagram be like, because I posted this picture up on Instagram and they were like, you're supposed to wash those? And I was like, girl, I don't know, I just did. I don't know. So here's all the caps that go with them. I just kind of closed these when I was transporting them from my kitchen because I don't want to spill these little crystals everywhere and then be like digging them out of my carpet, trying to figure out where they are. So there's that. Let's get started. I know in the orange one, I definitely want to put in some of the Cheeto one. Let's move all these so that we can have some space. And so this is what I'm going to put, the Flamin' Hot Cheetos by Dipwell. I thought this was going to be kind of like a meme, a joke. I thought it was going to be gross, but I actually loved it. So let's just put some in. I'm sure there's more than enough to put in. This is a full ounce, so I'm going to put it in the pink one as well, actually. Okay, now they're both full, and it's kind of funny. It's the same oil in both of them, but just you can tell that the color of the crystals even just affects the way that it looks in there. So my hands are already covered in oil. We're doing great. One at a time, I'm going to put the stopper / roller ball back in, and it just slides right in, and then you just have to put some pressure, and it's right in there. Just be careful not to catch your fingers in between the lip of this and the lip of the bottle, because that will be really painful if you do that. And then just put the cap back on. I just washed these. They're already covered in oil. So this is a more viscous oil. I don't know how it's going to roller ball out. I guess we'll see. And then you just slide this thingy back in. Put the weird bead thing through. Actually, do you put it under or do you guys put it over? I guess I don't. I haven't decided what I prefer. I'm going to do over. So there are the hot Cheeto ones. For yellow and for the green, I'm going to use this Terra Beauty Bar. It's the Floral Infusion Multitasking Oil. This one has a really nice scent to it, and it's a much thinner oil. So there's those two full up. Put their caps on. So yellow and green are the Terra Beauty Bar oil. This dark blue one is going to be the Orly Argan Oil Cuticle Drops. I really love this oil. I just hate my dropper because it's a little bit faulty. Okay, this is going to take forever. So let's see if we can do this. Oh my goodness, we're doing it. Of course, there's still just a little bit left. That's annoying. Yeah, so the dropper piece, it's kind of broken on that one. So I just really wanted to put it in a different dispenser because I really love the oil. I find it like it is really oily, but it's great. Like if you're not going to do a bunch of stuff with your hands, I find that it is super duper hydrating. Anything with argan oil in it, really, I find for me super duper nice. In this purple one, which the cap I need to re-glue, but for now we're just gonna deal with it. I'm gonna put in another Orly one. This is the Cuticle Oil Plus from Orly. I really don't know how it differs from the first one. I got both of these in Orly Color Passes, so, and this one's nice because it has a little squirt bottle, so that'll make filling this up really easy. I just feel like putting my oils in these rather than leaving them in their original receptacle things makes it so much easier for me to try and use up a lot of these different oils because they're not easy to carry around in a bag in the same way that these are. I just think the Cuticle Buddy is the ideal thing. I just love them. Okay, in the brown one, I have just straight up this argan carrier oil from Ulta, just straight argan oil. This has another one of those crazy long droppers that, despite being that long, doesn't fill up all the way, no matter what. Okay, in the black one, I have this C&D solar oil. This came in PR like quite a while ago from Beyond Polish, and I used it a few times. I like the scent. It's very interesting. I believe that's from the like almond oil or something like that. And I will definitely get more use out of that this way. And then finally in the white one, I have this Madame Glam Elixir Cuticle Oil. I got this in PR as well. Madame Glam had sent me some PR and this came along with it. It is very yellowy green. It looks like Mountain Dew. So I haven't really, oh, I made a huge mess. I haven't really tried this one. So look at that. It is so yellow. What the heck? It's literally, the ingredients are jojoba oil, vitamin E, and vitamin B. So those are all really good things for your nails, so I can't like sit here and be like, oh, it's evil, but like, man, that's an evil color. The toxic waste color of Mountain Dew. All right. And let's wipe it down a little bit more. You can see there's oil all over the table despite me putting a napkin down. So let's wipe that down. So there you have it. There they all are refilled. We got our Cheetos, our Terra Beauty Bar, 2 versions of Orly, just straight up argan oil, CND, and then that Madame Glam. Look at how yellow that is. I'm glad I put it in the white one so that it really, like, you can really see the color. I didn't even think about that. So yeah, that is how I refill them, and I always clean them just because it's my preference. I don't know if you really have to. It's just a thing I like to do. And then I like to hang them on my wall behind me, which you see in my filming area. And they just look really cute and rainbowy. And Rob was like, did you really buy all those for the aesthetic? And I was like, hey, shut up. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions on that process. And let's move on to the next thing. Okay, now it's time to make something that I feel like I get so many requests for. And I'm kind of surprised people want to know how I make these. And that is my sticker magnets, which is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's a sticker that I turned into a magnet. So all of these were once stickers, now they are magnets. And I put these on my Helmers, and I really like to put these on my Helmers as magnets because I love stickers. I have so many gosh darn stickers. I love them so, so much, but I am also indecisive. And what if one day I decide I don't want all these stickers on my Helmer? What if one day Taco Bell is a problematic brand and I don't want them on my Helmer anymore? Well, it's a magnet, so I can take it off and I can throw it away. You know, what if I'm like, I hate Rilakuma now? I don't hate Rilakuma. I love Rilakuma and I love Korilakuma and the yellow bird, what is his name? Kitori, which just means yellow bird. I love those guys. But what if one day I was like, I hate them and I don't want them anymore? So I put these all on magnets. You can see we got a lot. Some of these were actually just magnets. I've taken everything off my Helmers because I'm going to put everything on. I don't know. That's just my process. So yeah, some of these are just magnets. I don't know where that came from. My friend Trevor got me these for, I think it was my birthday or Christmas. I don't know, but he got me the Jumino from If You Like Stardew Valley. I love these guys. So yeah, this is what I already have as far as sticker magnets go. But I don't need to, but I want to make some more. I have lots of stickers, and literally you just need 3 things, okay? So let me show you what you need, because this is so easy. It's fairly cheap. You might have 2 out of the 3 supplies lying around your home right now. So the first thing you're gonna need is a pair of scissors, or you might also want some kind of like X-Acto craft knife type thing. I used to use this a lot more when it came to sticker magnets, but I became like a little less finicky and realized I really only need a good pair of scissors. The second thing you're gonna need are stickers. This isn't, oh, this is already a magnet. This isn't even all of my stickers. This is just all the ones that I'm like, oh, these could be a good sticker magnet. Oh, these are my Mothman stickers. Those are definitely gonna, yeah, I have a lot. We'll see how many we get done. And so that's step 1 and step 2. These are the first two items you'll need, which I'm sure most of us have stickers lying around because we are all nothing if not hoarders of cute things. Oh, I don't know what these are. Don't worry about those. The last thing you're going to need is magnet paper. So you can see on the back, it's magnet. On the front, it's white. So this brand that I prefer to use, and I will link this down below for you guys. This is something I just get off of Amazon. It comes with 5 sheets. This is printable magnetic paper, so it's quite thin. It's thin enough to run through your printer. I don't own a printer because what's the point? I don't need a printer. I don't want a printer. I'll just use my Works printer. But yeah, so I use this really thin magnet paper. You can see this is the thickness of 5 sheets right here. Like this is one individual sheet. So this is very easy to cut. It's incredibly pliable. So these magnets aren't really going to hold anything up. They're just decorative. So this is what I buy. And that's what these come with it. These are like weird scissors that look like eyeglasses. I don't use them because I just don't. I have the scissors I have. That's all you need. And then you need to be able to cut things. Like you need the dexterity to cut stuff. So like if cutting things hurts your hands, this might not be for you. So what I prefer to do is I take my one sheet of paper at a time and I start pulling out the stickers that I really want to use. And I kind of map them out because this paper, I would say it's not super expensive. I think it's like, so it looks like for this one that I buy, it's printable matte 8.5 by 11, 5 pieces. It's $11.50, so like $2.30 according to Amazon per piece of paper. I don't think that's really all that expensive. You know, you can fit a lot on them, but I still do like to maximize my output here. And yeah, so we're just gonna kind of play with the layout and see what we can fit on here. I gotta do the Mothman ones. Oh, where's the one with the butt? Oh, there he is. I instantly knew that those had to go on here. With stuff that's like round like this, I find it's really easy to cut close so I can keep the margins pretty tight. But if it has like a lot of like itty bitty weird kind of angles, I like to keep it maybe a little bit further away so you can see I have a little bit thicker of a margin here. This is Plus Life's sticker. It's not as big as what is on here, so I'm gonna, there, I cut the excess off just so that I get a better idea of kind of how these will fit together. I like weirdo stickers, you know. Definitely Feet Aren't Free should go on there. We have the Dom nail polish. Oh my gosh, yes, the bee. It says, if we die, we're taking you with us. I had somebody sent me this one. I don't know, which pinnacle should I do for now? I'll just keep the one I have on there. This is a little cross stitch sticker. It says I could do this all day. I love to cross stitch. That's like all I do lately. This one, I love these little loud bottles, but rip, but also not rip loud because you said you were going away, but then you didn't. So I don't know what happened there. Okay, these were from Keizu Beer Girl. I gotta put these up on my pin wall. I love these, but the cat ones are killing me. Rob is like obsessed with cats right now. Like he wants a cat so badly. And it's not that I don't want a cat. I would love to get a cat. But guess what? Rob is wildly allergic to cats. And he says, so what, Hillary? Who cares? And I'm like, well, I care because your entire giant head swells up to be even gianter. So I don't want to deal with that. Also, my sister's boyfriend is also really allergic to cats as well. So then, like, they wouldn't be able to come over. So it's just like one of those, like, I would love to have a cat, but, you know, it's just not a feasible option. This is why I like to have, like, stickers of, like, varying sizes. Because if you want to do a bunch of big ones and then you want to fill in those little gaps, you can. Let's see. I bet what we can do, put those birds there and put that there. And there we go. There's one sheet. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick them all on there. So one thing you'd think would be really easy with long nails would be getting stickers off of the thing, but apparently not. There we go. Okay, I already have flown a little bit too close to the sun. And I got them a little too close together, but that's okay. I can easily fix that when I'm cutting it out. Oh my gosh, peeling stickers off, and I've already peeled some of my nail polish off. Mothman having a little bit of a boba. Dang, no, I want boba. Okay, so there is a whole page of stickers stuck to the magnet paper. So I'm gonna fill up this other one that I have as well off camera because this takes a little bit, and then I will be right back. Okay, so this was the first page that we did together. And then I just did a quick second page with some kind of chunkier stickers. I do have, you know, a little bit of white space, but like I said, it's not, you know, this stuff's pretty cheap. It's not a big deal. I got 3 pages of printable magnetic sheets left. So I'll save those for a future date. This is already gonna take a long time to do. I always, if I have a sticker that I'm like, I want to turn that into a sticker magnet, I put it right in the bag with it so that, you know, everything's where it needs to be when it comes time, when I get the urge to cut these out, you know? So now we just cut them out. What I like to do sometimes is, like, because this piece of paper is like a little bit cumbersome to hold, I like to kind of get like a rough cut, and then I just have the little piece, and then you can just carefully or uncarefully, it's really up to you how you vibe, just cut them out. And the circles are really easy to cut out. Anything that's like circular or like perfectly square or rectangular, super, super easy to cut out because, you know, you don't have to like crank your hand back and forth. This can hurt your hands, so I do recommend, you know, if you need to, take a break. Don't do a full sheet if you can't, because cutting for a really long time just kind of hurts the hands. So yeah, there is a sticker magnet. Like I said, you know, if you just want to stick stickers directly to your Helmer, that's totally reasonable. That's totally fine. This is just my preference because I like to shift things around. You know, my cupcake polish might not always be in the same drawer it was. So the fact that I can move the sticker magnet over with the polish as it shifts, for me, that gives me peace of mind. I may just decide one day having stickers all over my Helmers doesn't suit my vibe anymore. If I do, check in on me because I have loved stickers since I can remember. But, you know, our styles change, our aesthetics change, so it may just be the case that that's what happens. And if that is the case, it's a lot easier to peel a bunch of magnets off of a magnetic surface than it is to try and scrub a bunch of sticker residue off. And, you know, stickers are not necessarily cheap. Some of these can be ranging from a couple bucks to $5+ depending on the size and the quality and things like that. And so I want to preserve them for as long as possible. And for things like, you know, this, which like my little brother drew, I want to preserve his art and, you know, keep that around because like I think it's really cool that he created that. And so if I can keep it in the best possible state, then I think sticker magnets are the way to go. And you can see like it's not perfect. Some of these have a little bit of a rough edge, but it's fine. And then you can just throw away this excess. Okay, I don't know how much later it's been because I've been wandering about, but here is both is how you'd say that. Here are both of the sheets that I showed you all cut out and ready to go. My hand does in fact hurt a little bit there. That's just the nature of scissors, I guess. So here's all the new ones, and then I've got all my old sticker magnets as well. So I'm gonna play around and put them on my drawers. I have 5 Helmers now that I can stick these on. So here's what they look like right now without any stickers, and then I will insert a picture of afterwards once I've put them all on there, and I'm sure they look loaded. So that is going to be it for this part. I don't know if this is the last part. I guess I'll put the sticker magnets last. Okay, so that is going to be it for this video. I didn't really think about the order of how I was going to show all this. But yeah, let me know if there's any questions you had about any of the stuff that I showed you in here. If there's anything that you wanted to see that I didn't put in this video, let me know down below in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!